All right, this is Fanboy Chaz rejoining you again for the second half of the championship bout of ECRG Season 6. We have Wonder Dread going out for the Flat Track Furies. We have Champagne jamming for the Andromedals, but she is in the penalty box. So we have a power jam situation for Wonder Dread and the Furies, trying to squirrel ahead of that wall of silver. Some tenacious blocking, but she finally has to be let go.
And Wonder Dread lead jammer.
Squirrels around to the inside, picks up 5 easy points.
Here goes Champagne trying to get her way through.
Great persistent blocking by Noble Savage for the Flat Track Furies. Wonder Dread getting through again, picks up another 5 points. Champagne finally through the pack.
We got an Andromedal's wall at the front there, trying to hold her back.
Dread decides to let it go after picking up a few.
Calling off the jam there. Surly and Medusa. Let's see what unfolds. Andromedals need to get some points here on the board. In a 131-41. Furies lead. Healthy lead on the board here for the Furies.
Some explosive movements by Frankie Facebreaker trying to open up a path for her jammer. Looks like number 85, Medusa Harm for the Furies. Despite a last-ditch effort by Agent Orange, Medusa Harm gets through. But again, caught up with a bunch of silver.
Medusa, lead jammer, finally gets through and breaks through that pack.
Meanwhile, Surly Q double up, almost out of the pack. Facing some serious resistance from these Furies blockers. Frankie Facebreaker all over Surly Q.
Yep, Frankie Facebreaker taking it back too and forcing Surly back. As Medusa Harm gets through the front of the pack.
And again,
Harm breaking through one more time for some more points.
managing to send Agent Orange in the wrong direction. But she's not giving up either. Medusa Harm meeting some fierce resistance from Copernicus, Agent Orange, and Juju Doll. Finally has to give it up.
Calls it.
But not before, again, clearing the 100-point lead. You know, it was neither a lead change nor an empty bench, but I got to tell you, that feels like a sip to me.
145 Furies, 41 Andromedals.
We have 138 Katarina Van Rotten out again for the Furies. Scariel number 7 for the Andromedals. Scariel doing her best to squirrel around this big wall of blue.
Scariel ripping
Almost
right
finding an
through
opening.
it. She's going to get lead jammer.
Meanwhile, the Andromedals blocker is keeping a pretty tight lid on Katarina Van Rotten.
And Scariel making her way through a fierce pack of slamming Furies. huge whip, and Scariel's going to rip right through.
Katarina Van Rotten finally loose, just a little bit ahead of Scariel.
And Scariel's got her right on her tail. Going to keep going.
Scariel's starting to lose some ground. And calls it. Dolls pick up a few, but do not crack the century.
Triple-digit lead by the Furies here. 145-45 Dolls. We got Wonder Dread here, the line for the Flat Track Furies, and once again Rex Havoc for the Andromeda Dolls. Both of these ladies fight through right at the beginning of the pack. Rex Havoc getting stuck at the back of the pack.
But Wonder Dread managing to get out in front despite a big hit by Champagne on the way past. And Wonder Dread picking up big speed again.
Oh, and Rex goes down. We're going to get a tripping call there. Or a low block. She's going to go to the box.
Rex Havoc looking over her shoulder.
Defense now on Wonder Dread. He's going to slow it down and hold Wonder Dread there.
Well, now
she's going to fight through and go to the front of the pack. She takes a big hit. Goes down and gets back up.
Wonder Dread cycled back around.
It's going to get through. We've got some good defense here. What aerial strike all over Wonder Dread. She's going to call it on. Call it, smart call as Rex enters the back of the pack.
Boy, we've got some big enthusiasm from this crowd here tonight. Medusa Harm, number 85, heading out for the Furies. Number 00, Surly Q for the Andromedals.
We still have a 101 lead by the Flat Track Furies, 146-45 Dolls. We still have 22 and 45 left of gameplay here, and we're ready to roll. Surly Q in a fight to that front, and she's going to push through for lead jammer. We got a good wall of Andromedal's defense here.
Surly Q spent an awful lot of time on this track tonight.
Yes, she sure has.
She's worn that star a lot. She's kept a very fast pace.
Big hit by Slapcat. And it looks like Medusa Harm's got to recycle to the back at the end. Surly Q is scoring 2 more points through that whole ordeal. And on her way. Andromedal is trying to hold. Oh, big hit by Slapcat again. Hitting Medusa and not letting her in.
There's a panty on the track.
Surly Q sent to the box on a cut track.
Trying to figure out whose it is. There's a panty on the track. Opposite the jam line. Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Havoc, I don't see any ladies out there without their panties, and yet there is a panty on the track.
I'm not sure. It's a blue panty. It's just picked up right there by a blue Flat Track Fury.
Yep. Sugar Hooker performing a public service. Apparently uncertain of the source, as are we all.
Review now.
Well, this is a great opportunity to talk about the one remaining bout in the ECRG season. We keep talking as if this is the end, but what this really is is the culmination of the hopes and dreams of the season. But coming up in 2 weeks, we have a great bout featuring a number of our local skaters. The ECRG travel team will be competing against Blunt Force Trauma, Bellingham, Washington on June 22nd, again here at the Lane Event Center in the adjacent building. In addition to that, there will be a second bout. The B team, Schizophrenic, B Ward Schizophrenics, versus Sicktown, our neighbors just to the north. So there is still great derby action to be had remaining before the end of the season. This is obviously a huge turning point for the Furies and for the Andromedals, but it is not over. So if you are interested, you can check us out again on June 22nd, 2 weeks from tonight, for another great home bout. And I'd also mention, just so happens I know that our Andromedals are going to be heading just a short distance north to visit Sicktown up at the Albany Fairgrounds, the Lynn County Fairgrounds, in just 1 week from tonight. So if you happen to find yourself up that way, that'd be another great bout to check out. I certainly am going to go. It's always a great time. Sicktown is a great league, and they're great hosts. And I know the Andromedals will be looking forward to an opportunity to stomp them because they're having a little bit of a challenge tonight.
Oh, definitely. And the Sicktown Derby Girls is a sister league, really, to Emerald City. Are up and coming and have some new derby skaters, and it's exciting to watch them develop as a whole crew. Well, it looks like the Andromedals penalty, cut track major, is removed. Looks like we've got Champagne number 96 here for the Andromedals. It looks like 138 here.
After a good amount of sorting things out, Katarina Van Rotten trying to continue the streak. Overcoming some serious resistance from number 12 on the Andromedals, Aerial Strike.
Aerial Strike really holding her there, but she's got to let her through.
Katarina finally getting through.
Champagne getting through for initial pass. With some fierce defense there. And that's the end of the jam. It looks like Champagne's going to still pick up some points there here.
And now we have again number 26.2 Wonder Dread going out for the Furies. And double lot, Surly Q for the Andromedals. With a couple of Furies in the box, this might be an opportunity to start turning things around. Now again, 107-point deficit. It's not tiny. It's not tiny, but it's not insurmountable. With 19 points in the game, it might as well be tied.
And it looks like Surly Q's going to have a power jam opportunity. Furies Jammer's going to the penalty box. Surly Q gets through for a lead jam, and let's see if she can score some points. We've got a 4-on-2 opportunity here for the Andromedals.
Surly Q picking up some points.
Frankie, but it was a long stretch there. Surly getting through and gonna get 5 more points. Oh, Copernicus in there with some huge blocking.
And Lady Bullseye knocking Surly Q out real effectively. Sorry, no, that's Aphrophyte. Knocking Surly Q out very effectively.
Yeah, Surly Q forced to go all the way back, but we'll see if this makes her a split track right here.
And she calls it before Wonder Dread has another chance.
Calls it off. Looks like number 7 Scario here for the Andromedals.
And 85, Medusa Harm for the Flat Track Furies. She's been on the track a lot tonight as well, wearing that star quite a bit, working very hard to try and change the story. Oh, look at that, Scario.
Stuck in the back of the pack, but finds her way through and rips through for lead jammer.
Do not turn your back on the dolls.
Medusa Harm now trying to catch up with Scario. And the pack speed is intense right now. We're watching all these pack ladies just skate.
Flat Track Furies having a full complement of blockers. They are looking for a stop, and it looks like they have it.
We got a 159 Furies 67 Andromedals lead. 60 minutes, 3 seconds left in gameplay here. There's still time, but these Furies are fighting for this championship.
Double out Surly Q and Frankie Facebreaker jamming for the Furies. Some explosive moves. They were trying to hold her down, but she gets through. Frankie Facebreaker for lead jammer. Opens up a big gap. Oh, Surly Q still being sat on very effectively.
Surly's still trying to fight her way through for her initial pass here.
And what's this? Frankie Facebreaker calming down.
There, but
Frankie Facebreaker calming down, letting events happen. Well, time's on her side after all.
Yeah, Frankie Facebreaker trying to run some clock down here and close this time frame here for the Andromedals of chance to win. He's going real slow as a jammer. Slowing it down, even going to stop it. He's telling her jammers and telling her blockers what to do. She's owning it.
Very interesting approach there. You know, you wouldn't be surprised to see him slow it down a little bit, maybe let the time go a little bit. What you saw there from Frankie Facebreaker, wanting to make certain that there's not a surprise from the Andromedals. Just sitting back, relaxing, letting the dolls burn their fuel.
Yep, she's putting that clock down. They've got a good, healthy lead. We have 13 minutes and 54 seconds left of gameplay, though, here.
The Furies fans,
55.
boy, I mean, they have been awake, but they are really starting to turn it up here. The Furies fans sense the change on the wind. This is huge. We talked a little bit earlier about the story that brings these people here, but the Furies, after their struggles, after their long journey to be here, this truly has some serious implications for the team, for the league, for the future. What a big move for the Furies. If they can pull this off, what a big move.
Yeah, there's definitely some time to play, and there's definitely some points to be earned, but with this momentum the Furies are taking.
Absolutely.
See what happens. Andromedals really have to push it to this at this point.
What's up there, Cap? Happy Cap? Well, it sounds like the refs, after reviewing amongst themselves, have decided that the sewer jammer and Andromedal's jammer should be placed in the penalty box. Is there a call that the referee?
Oh, and after an official review, it appears that the jammer for the Andromedals, Champagne,
I do believe they did not just want her to hang out. It was a cutting the track major penalty.
sent to the penalty box for a cut track major. Not Champagne. Not Champagne. It's on Surly Q. Surly Q sent to the box. Champagne off the hook. And Wonder Dread with a power jam situation. More great news for the Andromedals. Not.
Yeah, these Furies are really going to try and stick it to them right here.
Huge move.
And it looks like Page Security is going to send to the box. This Andromedal's wall, though, is fierce.
Wonder Dread giving the Andromedal blockers plenty of surprises.
Wonder Dread's having a great bout right now. She's really pushing it to him.
Looks like Juju Doll, Apple bottoms up, and Cathartica making every effort to hold her back. But boy, when she's so full of energy, so full of surprises, Wonder Dread is very difficult to stop in this scenario with a stationary pack. Oh, and she calls it.
Scoring some more points and calling off the jam.
110-point bout, 12:50 left to play, and history in the making.
Definitely, the Furies have momentum right now. Take this all over. We've got 12 minutes, 50 seconds. Really, anything could happen. I've watched bouts that switch even more. But, at this point, they have a 177-67 lead right now.
A lot of things would have to go wrong for the Furies at this point.
Yeah, they're definitely in it to win it right now. They've got their game faces on, and they're playing.
Thank you.
I'd also like to give a shout out to plenty of folks that came tonight. We've got some folks here from Looking Glass. We got some folks here from Fort Jay. We got some folks here from St. Vincent de Paul. Thanks for coming out and supporting our North City Roller Girls, y'all.
And here we go, back to gameplay.
Gets out on the track there. That is a fancy looking blocker line.
It's like One-Eyed Jack jamming for the Furies. Explosive, gets right through. Surly Q coming back out of the box for the Andromedals. Meets a big wall of blue. She is stopped. And meanwhile, One-Eyed Jack continues to slither her way through. He's right to the outside, almost knocked down by, it looks like Copernicus. Oh, and she's called forearm on the jammer, One-Eyed Jack. So now a power jam situation for Surly Q. No better time for it for the Andromedals.
Yeah! And there she goes on another pass, but this Fury's wall is not going to let her go. Here comes Surly Q one more time here. Surly Q picking up 5 more points. See if she can close this lead for the Andromedals. Oh, and the Andromedals are taking the edge right now, trying to score some points. That jammer in that box. Certainly needs to pick up her speed here. Get some points here, and these dolls got to play D on this jammer. Oh, and Rex Havoc giving some hell. But Jack is going to get through. Jack is back. It's Andromedal's wall here. Going to try and help their jammer out and then immediately play defense. Surly Q gets through, scoring some more points. And the Andromedals. And that's the end of the jam. Well, that jam closed the gap here. No more triple digits. We're at 185. Carries 91 Andromedals.
The Andromedals leaping forward. And yet victory still distant. Scariel, number 7 for the Andromedals, and number 138, Katarina Van Rotten for the Furies. Each trying to find their way through. Scariel dashes squirrel away around, sneak through on the inside, gets lead jammer, and opens up a very big lead. While in the meantime, Katarina Van Rotten still being sat on by Copernicus, Aerial Strike, Page Security,
and Rex Havoc.
And Rex Havoc.
They're going to hold that wall there at that front and not let her through. Oh, nice try here. Big hit by Page Security, and she stands up. Scariel on her way through again, though. Oh, she's got it as Afro Friday to get through. And she's going to do it and call off the jam. They're going to try and play this clock here. Squeak their way back in. 95 Andromedals. We're into 90 points.
And again, number 96, Champagne for the Andromedals. And Wonder Dread, number 26.2 for the Flat Track Furies. We have said that name a lot tonight. We have said that name a lot this season. I have a feeling we're going to be saying that name after the bout tonight.
Yeah, a whole lot of jamming. I don't even want to know how many points she's got. She's
dug through a serious mess, comes out explosive.
Wonder Dread and Frankie Facebreaker really making this jams happen for these Furies, and they are not letting up. Their stamina has not at all defected in this whole entire bout. These dolls have got her number though and are trying. There we go, Champagne trying to fight her way in the top here. Wonder Dread sneaking through on the inside line again.
We had to ask if the Furies were going to run out of steam after that big explosive start. The Furies have given us their answer. There is steam aplenty here at the Lane Event Center tonight in beautiful pastoral Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah, no one has run out of steam yet. Oh, here we go. Power jam on Champagne. Let's see what she can do. Champagne picking up some more points there on another pass.
You know, she has got great spirit. At the same time, she has skated a lot of miles tonight, and it's starting to show.
And getting through that pack too, though. She continues to go. Going to gain speed before she enters that pack. Slow down a little bit. And a juke and a jive, and she's going to be right through one more time. And that is going to be the end of the jam. Another 5 more points for Champagne. And we have 193, 110. Fury still got the lead here.
Counting down to 6.5 minutes to play with Scariel now out for the Andromedals.
6:35 left in gameplay. Let's see what happens.
Wonder Dread still in the box. What will Scariel do with this? And
Scariel's going to rip right off the bat, inside line, lead jammer.
Everyone heard the whistle, right?
Yep. And Rex Havoc is skating backwards. There we go, one more time. She's laughing about it. I don't know whether that was a directional play or trying to get back closer to the front. Scariel ripping through again. Hits, bruises, and gonna do it. And calling off the jam as the other jammer comes back in. Three Furies, 120 Andromedas with 5:40 left. 73-point game.
That's doable. Probably not in one jam, maybe two.
There is some time left here, but we'll see what happens. Andromeda's really going to push it to get here with this kind of a lead for the Furies. Andromeda's got to get a power jam, score some points here.
Some great effort by Agent Orange to shut down Medusa Harm, but she manages to dodge it, gets through as lead jammer. Coming through already on a scoring pass. Meanwhile, looks like the Andromedas, double out Surly Q, being very effectively controlled by some very determined Furies blockers. Medusa Harm again through on another scoring pass, 5-point grand slam.
Surly Q's trying to get through. We've got some Furies defense not letting her through.
Sugar Hooker on top of things.
Sugar Hooker are giving him some heat, but Medusa Harm now on a lap, catching her. And gonna call it off.
Now we come about a crucial point here. We have an 82-point deficit.
Yep.
Just over 4 minutes left to play. Even under an ideal clock management scenario, Andromedas would have to control the rest of this bout pretty much 100% in order to bridge this gap.
Yep. We'll see what happens. It's 2:02-120. Furies have a healthy lead.
Because let's face it, the Andromedas have controlled a lot in the last 4 years. They could control 4 minutes of this bout. But as Katarina Van Rotten lurches forward on the outside,
let's see how bad these flat track Furies want this.
Scariel manages to squirrel through. That's exactly what they needed.
And those dolls are going to play defense till their heart desires.
Katarina Van Rotten not quite out of the pack, tripped up. And we have a stop.
We got Rex Havoc down.
All right, and we'll all remain quieter
Not
for a
even
few
gonna say
moments.
anything. I'm going to turn it off.
Folks, just so you know, this is a real live event. These women are not faking anything. They are working their butts off, hitting each other full force.
She's back up. That scared the crap out of me. I thought it was her shoulder, but she's all right. She skated right off.
Rightly so. It's there's no better time to get a piece of good news than right after you have a potential piece of bad news. We're all very glad to see her skate off happily in one piece.
I heard her say her face, and I'm just glad because my wife just had shoulder surgery, so I'm glad it's not her shoulder.
Right. On the other hand,
will heal faster than a shoulder surgery.
Indeed they will. And you know, let's face it, what do you need your face for? Not all that much.
I love her face anyways. It does not matter.
Now, everyone listening at home, you comment from Mr. Havoc. That is outstanding.
Her face will be just fine. Her shoulder has had surgery, reconstructed. Everything's fine as long as it's not her shoulder.
Well, and it's always great when you get a quick update status report from the potentially injured skater, and when you can hear it very clearly from across a big room like this. So, you know, on the one hand, she clearly wasn't happy about it, but it's great to get that information from where we're sitting here at this great vantage point at the, let's see, I think it's the east end of the Lane Event Center, but there's no compass on the floor.
No, it's definitely 322, 202, 120, Andromeda's Furies. At this point, we got a timeout, but at this point, the momentum has definitely gone to the Furies. The Andromeda's really got to push it to it in order to win this, but we'll see what happens. Here we go. Champagne, Wonder Dread ripping right through, getting lead jammer status. Champagne with a wall of 3 of Furies, but they've got to let her go. And there we go. Frankie, face breaker.
Wonder Dread through again, another grand slam. She calls it off.
And Dolls pick up a few points there, 207, 123, with 2 minutes, 37 seconds left in gameplay here.
And
this
looks
clock
like
is winding down.
Looks like there's going to be a little discussion about some of the scoring there. We see Coach John for the Furies headed out to discuss apparently the way that was scored. And you might wonder, at this point in the bout, starting to look a little more comfortable for the Furies, but they didn't come back by playing fast and loose. They came back by being focused, by being careful, by being measured, by being calm, by being mature about this. So it's not at all surprising that they are making sure to square away every single point they can, even at this stage.
Yeah, this has definitely been a dogfight the whole way, but the Furies came out from the get-go ready to win.
Absolutely, and yet this score tells very little. As we're sitting here watching this tonight, you really couldn't be sure of the outcome. I mean, the Andromeda's have such a history, such skill. If anybody could have turned it around, if anybody could turn it around, it will be them. But again,
at this point, the healthy lead by the Furies is a very good assumption with 2 minutes, 31 seconds left to play. And this is going to be the game. We'll see how they play it till the end. But these Dolls have fought endless through the end of this. But these Furies came out right from the get-go, ready to play.
And it's important to mention here, the Dolls have had a long streak of success. They have earned every bit of it. They have earned every victory. They've fought hard. They've trained hard. And they deserve every bit of adoration they're getting from their fans here tonight. Their fans have not gone to sleep. They are still here. They are still making a lot of noise. And they are being rewarded as
Scariel's going to lead jammer, not affected by the score at all which way. They're going to play their hardest.
If they can leave a little more Fury's blood on this track tonight, metaphorically speaking, of course, they will do it.
And that's going to be the end of the jam. Scariel calls it off. And with a 207 flat track Furies, 126 Andromeda's lead. 141 left in gameplay here. This might be the last jam of the bout. Let's see what happens here.
The struggle has been long.
We got 2 Andromeda's in the box. Surly Q trying to fight her way through.
And Wonder Dread finds a
Wonder
huge
Dread.
piece of daylight. Oh, but gets a cut track. Andromeda's in a power jam situation.
Ooh,
They're going to
Surly
make the
takes
most of it.
2 big hits, 3 big hits, and keeps going.
It's like Medusa Harm sparing
Lee
no
Chandler.
effort. Medusa Harm sparing no effort to try and put a lid on this perhaps last jam by Surly Q. The Andromeda's with 2 timeouts remaining. There are some opportunities to manage this clock, but first, they need to score some points.
Less than 30 seconds to go in this bout.
30 seconds. Oh, big hit. Frankie Facebreaker knocks Surly Q out. Slapcat helping out Surly there with a big hit on Frankie and forcing her back, but Surly's got to push her way through. Looks like Afro Fighting not letting her through. She's got to now.
And Surly Q actually calls it out with 5 seconds remaining. You're starting to hear a lot of activity from the Furies now.
That
This may be
is
the
it.
No.
No.
The Dolls got their
We have a
timeout.
timeout called.
The Dolls got their timeout. They called it off in time. That's right.
Timeout refs.
That's what they're there for, you know.
Flat Track Fury fans are ready for the upset.
Keep your pants on or take your seats, but you do need to stay off the track.
In fact, you should all remove your pants and stay up the track. No? Oh, wait, this is family friendly event. Never mind. Keep your pants on. Keep those pants on.
Some of the announcers here, I'm sure you probably heard, but
You can take your pants off.
pants are staying on so far at this bout.
The pants
do
will
have
come off
set-
later.
We do have 7 seconds left in this bout here. 2:07 Furies, 1:31 Andromeda's.
And a nice 2-minute jam waiting to
All the
start.
Andromeda's can hope to do is close it down here and at least make this lead not too big for the championship switch to the Flat Track Furies. Oh, and Scariel's not going to let through,
Wonder
but
Dread!
Wonder Dread breaking
picks up
through
Lee
Lee Jammer and
she
calls
lets
it
go!
off.
The Furies have ended it! The Furies have broken the curse!
That is the
Andromeda's
end of the
are
jam. That is the end of the bout.
And with that, your Flat Track Furies return from years-long hiatus to take
Flat
Season
Track
6
Furies
ECRG Championship.
have finally taken it. 4 times Andromeda's have owned this throne, and the Flat Track Furies wanted enough this year with a 2:07-131 lead over the Andromeda's to take the championship and take the ring.
With this explosive victory by the Furies, with this dethroning of the Andromeda's, and with a lot of hungry Church of Skating Skaters watching here tonight, who knows what the future holds. One thing is for sure, all bets are off for next year. Having seen the return of the Furies, the explosive victory, the change in fates, there's no doubt. It is anyone's trophy next year, ladies and gentlemen. Come back and check us out. There's another bout here in 2 weeks. We will be back next season with more Emerald City Roller Girls action here live and direct from Lane Event Center. And as we leave you with this great video of the Furies getting their high fives and enjoying the taste, not merely the smell, but the taste of victory, we are so grateful that you were able to join us tonight for this stunning victory by the Flat Track Furies, which is, of course, a win for everyone in the Emerald City Roller Girls.
As much as I love the Andromeda's, the Flat Track Furies have taken the championship. Congratulations, Flat Track Furies.
Congratulations.